Hey everyone, this is Kimmie. I am Mama on a Mission, and I have a giant Goodwill bins thrift haul for you guys today. If you are new here, I am a 14-year online reseller, and I sell on eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari. So I thrift in a lot of different ways, and sometimes that way is a Goodwill outlet bins that's about an hour away from my house and is super competitive and always packed, but I usually find a way to find some items to flip online. So this is actually like 2 trips, and I combine them together because I actually really need inventory to sell. So like I have a whole process of how I get through the items and I get them ready and put them in these bins I have over here. I like to strategize when I'm listing my items. So I have a couple different bins over here, and I put the same type of items together, like shirts, dresses, shoes, and then I'll just do like 10 shirts in one day. So I don't need inventory like I need to go outsourcing. I have stuff, but I need to process items. So that's why I decided to do a giant, big thrift haul. I know some of you actually commented that you prefer the longer thrift hauls. So here we go. If a longer thrift haul isn't necessarily your thing, at least stay tuned for a little bit. But you can also go back to some of my other thrift hauls. Most of my videos are in the 30-minute range, and that usually, is suitable to a lot of different people. But it is going to be nice to get through a ton of these items. So I won't blab too much in the beginning here because y'all know I'm always throwing out keywords and things that I'm thinking about during this process. So I was trying just to get all this stuff on my desk without it flopping over. Like this bag in the middle would not stay up. So I will just pull from different bins or bags and show you guys what I have here. And I will show you why I picked it up or why I think it will sell. And the part about how much I paid for it is that at the Goodwill outlet bins, as long as you get 50 pounds, my cost is $1.29 per pound on clothing and shoes. And I almost always hit that. If I don't, it's $1.59 a pound, but that rarely happens. I pretty much always hit 50 pounds. So anything you see here is going to be a cost per pound. Most of these blouses are going to be $1.29 or less, unless it's something super heavy. And usually that's not the case. So let's just get started here right off the bat. I see this lovely dark skirt here. It appears to be at least a midi length. I love the black, the gray, the purple, and this dark like floral. This is very popular right now in like the very goth aesthetic or style. It is a vintage tag. You guys know I do a lot in style-based pickups, and I do a lot in vintage. The brand says Fernando's. A lot of my style-based or vintage items aren't necessarily a certain brand. It says made in Mexico, size large. I can tell though that it is definitely vintage. I can't give you an exact date, but I'm assuming at least Y2K for sure. I do like that this has the buttons down the front. The dark colors, the black and purple combo is very, very popular in the fairy and the goth community. And of course, these skirts are super popular. So a lot of these style skirts and really a lot of my style-based pieces go in the $25 range is what I say. And that's like bread and butter for me. So if I can take this, which it's less than a pound, so it cost me $1 maybe, and I can flip it for 25, then, if you kind of do the math there, my profit is like $15 to $20 on each of these items, where I pay around $1 and I flip them for 25 after my cost of goods and my fees. So that's my bread and butter. I just like to do that over and over, and then hopefully throw in some, 30, 40, 50 sales in there as well. But I say bread and butter because that's the basis of my business. It doesn't have to be yours, but that's the way my business works. So this is a swim item. I actually really love doing swim items, and I do fairly well with them. Always make sure they're in good condition. This brand is just Kona Soul, which is not a super expensive brand. However, I do love this print. It has adjustable straps that ruffle in the front. This is a full one piece, and it's a size 18W, which is like an extra large to 1X, which is an excellent size. This is like a classic tropical print. You know, these types of swim items will go in the $20 range. You know, you guys know what happened to me? I was just going to do a Hot Mess Express check. And, you know, being on YouTube, you know, one of my reservations has always been that you're really putting yourself out there, your personality, this, my face, my hair. And someone told me the other day, commented on one of my videos and said that I should just chop off all my hair because it's always in a ponytail. And honestly, she's probably not wrong. Like I always have hair in a ponytail. But I have had long hair for as long as I can remember, like into my teens. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be like that old lady who has like 6 silver strands of hair left, because I love having long hair, but I always have it in a ponytail. I don't know. That doesn't make any sense. I mean, that's really not fair. If you go back to some of my videos, I do have my hair down sometimes. And it's pretty when it's down. I'm just always a hot mess, you guys. So, I don't know. I thought it was a funny comment. I was like, thank you for that. Carlisle. These comps were actually really good. It's 100% linen, so that's going to elevate it. This Carlisle brand had decent comps for this like lightweight blazer. Now this color is very bright. It's very springy. So that's perfect for this season. It's actually a zipper down, like a lightweight full zip. 100% linen. The Carlisle brand did add a little bit of value to it. I don't know if you can see this, these cute little buttons in back. Super cute. The comps for this were going in the $35 range. So I would assume I'm going to list this for $39 and hope to land in that range. It is a size 14 as well, which is a great size because that's like a large, extra large. Look at all these bags. I'm like overwhelmed. I'm just turning around. I'm going to pick this out because I like the print of this. What is this? It's another skirt. That makes perfect sense. Oh, wow. Okay. This says size 9-10. If you can see underneath here is a Union Made tag. There it is. Union Made. A ladies garment Union Made in the USA. Usually that means it's vintage. This, again, this floral, oh my gosh, is so popular right now. This is a excellent style-based piece. These dark colors, the dark floral, and it's a velvet material. That's like win, win, win. Vintage, it's made in the USA, the dark colors, the floral, the velvet. This is a $35 piece for me pretty much all day. That style is very popular right now in the grunge, goth community, the style there. So that's a no-brainer. That's a great style-based pickup. This is Tailbots. I do a lot in plus size. I do pretty well with Tailbots in plus size. This is a lovely paisley print cardigan, lightweight, buttons up the front, lovely spring colors. It just feels like a cotton rayon. So that's okay. It's a size 2X. This is a great plus size piece. This is a $25 sale. Now these look also Y2K. I don't think, right? Target doesn't make Massimo anymore. That's a Y2K brand. They have like universal thread, it says lowest rise, straight through hip and thigh, boot cut. So it's still brand new. It says right on there, 2004. So I was right on the money. 2004 Target brand. So that does make it officially vintage, and it does make it Y2K. And this style pant is actually very popular right now. The low rise is coming back. This is like a, like they, a lot of the Y2K trend is a looser fit in the leg here. They don't want skinny anymore. That's out the door. These cute little buttons on the pocket. This is what they call dead stock. So dead stock is, you know, from my basic understanding, is when it's like a an item that still is new with tags, but is no longer available on a website or in the store to purchase. And obviously this being that it's from 2004, is no longer available to purchase from Target. This is an excellent pickup. The Y2K, brand new with tags. The style here through the leg. What would make this a little better if it had a couple more like cargo pockets as far as the style of the Y2K pant. But that is going to be a 25 to 30. I feel very confident in that. This is a great, oh, now here is an anomaly. And when I say I pick up Y2K or vintage type of items, I don't know, 75% of the time, I don't really care what the brand is because it's usually because of the style. This is an exception. I do like picking up this brand personally. It's City Triangles. Just making sure I'm not knocking anything off the desk here. This is another great style-based piece. Now, this is only like a knee length. Ideally, it would be more of a midi to a maxi length. That would add a little more value. See this beautiful like teal color with the sparkle, this baby doll style that I'm always talking to you guys about, and the straps. This is very, very classic Y2K. I will put in, besides Y2K and vintage, you could put like, people are wearing these again to prom. They're looking for actual vintage Y2K to wear to proms, events, dances. So I will put all of that in there. This is still like in that fairy goth, maybe even, it's got this little flower here. I was gonna say maybe even like a witchy kind of vibe, but this is great. The only thing that I would pick, if I could pick, it would be a little bit longer of a dress. That dress could go for $40 because of the style, it being vintage Y2K, the darker colors, the baby doll fit, all of those things. A little bit more value if it was longer. Now, I cannot promise that there's not random things in here. This is super cute. You guys know occasionally I do things with the vintage baby. Now, this has like, what I'm going to say here is, this is a vintage tag. It's called mufflings. I do have my computer here if we need to like look anything up just to clarify. But see how this has like the wider leg? It's called like a bubble hem. And that in the vintage kids is very popular. I love this, the nautical print here with the boat and the red, white, and blue. Very nautical, very beachy. You can't even see the tag anymore. It's so gone. I would look up here quick. But this is more of a style-based vintage kids item. That's normally the type of item I would pick up for the kids stuff. What is this? I just Googled Mufflings Vintage Baby because that was the brand on this. And it looks like soles are kind of mixed. So there's a 10, an 18, and a 39. I do think the style of this, with it being the, yeah, see, someone even put in bubble romper, and that was the $39 sale, was the bubble romper. So you just have these little bit of a wider leg here, and the nautical beachy. I think that's actually probably a $15 to $20 item, and it's just a baby item, and it probably cost me a quarter. So let's see what this is. This looks like another style-based piece. Oh, it's the bebe. I always tell you guys I don't know how to say that. Bebe. This looks style-based to me. Oh, yeah. Woo! This is a pretty one. This might be a $50 to $60 style-based piece. I haven't gotten this lucky at the bins with style-based piece in a while. Pieces. I don't know what your guys' Goodwill outlet is like. I hear all kinds of different things. I follow Quemby, the Grateful Queen reseller. She is in Northern California, and she has a really calm, small bins. I see other people like McThriftsy. She's down in Texas, and she finds all of these wonderful, great pieces. The cops are... I literally was just at my Goodwill bins, and I must have missed something because I only go once a week or once every other week, and everyone was talking about how the cops were there and someone got banned for life. Okay? Like, they should probably have a TV show. No lie. That's how my Goodwill bins is. Like, the cops are there all the time. Like, if you pull up and the cops are there because people fight and they push each other and they do dumb things and they yell at people, it's not surprising. It's really sad to say. And I'm probably risking my life a little bit by going there sometimes. People were just talking about someone getting banned. I mean, that's how my Goodwill bins is. So there's a ton of people there. There's a lot of like trendy younger people. There's obviously a lot of resellers. So I haven't gotten this lucky with the style-based pieces in a while. Let's see if the light will pick up on this. This beautiful baby doll cut here with the lace. See these sequins? Oh yeah, that's really, really pretty. And again, in that style aesthetic that I do quite a bit in. This is, again, the fairy goth grunge, and definitely witchy or even vampire. This is just stunning. All the lace details. This is a great pickup. A great style-based pickup. And the tie around back. This could go, look at even at the end, this could go $50, $60, $70. I listed a style-based fairy goth dress last night for $60, and I've gotten like 5 offers on it already, and I'm wondering if I priced it too low, because I'm like, why are people already offering me offers on it? Should I have priced it higher? In fact, I thought about doing a video on that, because a lot of my style-based pieces, people start like giving me offers within days, and I'm thinking I'm maybe pricing too low. How do you guys feel about that? When you list an item for sale and you get an offer within a day, and you're like, did I underprice this, or did I price it at the right price? You know, I don't know. I've talked to you guys about this brand before. It's Fit Flop. I've sold, I don't even know how many of these sandals at this point. This is probably $1 at the bins. They're actually pretty lightweight. It's just like a T-strap sandal there. They usually have some kind of like rhinestone, sequin, something going on. Very classic Fit Flop. You know, if you're getting them at the bins and you sell them for $20, that's another bread and butter for me. Let's pull from this bin. This one's probably going to be, y'all, did you guys get any popcorn or anything? Because this one's going to be a long one. This is a brand I love to find. It's Sundance. I love Sundance. Some people are being a little bit more particular about picking up Sundance. I almost never can say no. It has this lovely pearl snap. Yeah, there we go. Ruffle neckline. It's the brand itself that you want to know. You know, a lot of these different things I try to let you guys know. I have a lot of style-based pieces. My plus size is part of my bread and butter. I love swim. I do quite a bit in material-based items. So like linens, silks, cashmeres. This is a brand that you do want to keep an eye out for. Sundance. They have lovely pieces, high quality, usually more of like a boho type of vibe. This is this lovely ruffle down the front, pearl snaps, double pocket. It's like a light corduroy. It's an extra large, which is a great size. This is a $30 piece and a brand you want to keep an eye out for. Let's keep her moving here. All Saints, what? All Saints. Extra large, 100% merino. Sometimes I have my struggle with some of these more neutral pieces is whether or not it's men's or women's. And of course you could put unisex. However, you know, if someone's looking for a certain fit, is it more of a feminine fit, or just the size itself? Is it men's or women's? This is extra large. I'm going to say this is a men's, but I may have to do some measurements and find out. However, All Saints is a great brand, 100% merino. This is a very classic, like greenish taupe color. Very nice basic piece. Let's look it up really quick. I'm trying not to waste you guys' time. All Saints merino wool. We have a couple. Ooh, they're all over the place. It's like a cardigan. They got 54, a basic piece 29. This pullover 64, 33. This is more of a basic piece like this. Went for $29 plus shipping. All Saints merino wool, base layer, nice green color. What is this? Oh, I used to love selling this brand. I haven't found it in a long time. Let me get a button or two done. Another style aesthetic I like selling in is Bohemian, Ranch, Equestrian, Cowgirl, Cowboy. This is the brand Eli Cattleman. I have been selling this brand for a long time. It's a very classic pearl snap. Look at, see this detail on the shoulders? That's very classic, like cowboy, rodeo, ranch style. Pearl snaps, double pockets. This is a size large. Great piece. That's a $20 piece all day for me. Even the nice pearl snaps on the sleeve. I love that piece, actually. Look at this piece. Max Rave. This is a Y2K piece. I just love these names they come up with. This is an extra small, so it is pretty small. This is a very classic Y2K baby doll top. Like this is, if you were wondering what a baby doll top from Y2K looks like, this is it. Particularly the cut here, the V-neck with the cut underneath the bust line. These ruffles definitely add a little bit of value there. That's just very classic. That's a $25 list for me. You know, I'm always telling you guys in that range. I might end up at 22. I might get full price at 25. I sold a Y2K piece earlier today and I got full price for it without anybody even bothering me with an offer or anything. And I was like, well, that's confusing. You know what else is confusing is what's happening with this thing. What is this? Can't find whatever this is. It doesn't seem to have any tags. I'm not sure what I was doing here. My first first impression is it gives me like old money vibes. Kind of like, see these gold tone buttons, and this is like a lacy kind of detail around the neckline. You guys chime in. What do you think I was thinking here? My thing is there's no tags. It's a very unique piece, crop. It has a really unique hem. I'm guessing it's vintage. Wow, look at this. What is this? Hey girl, hey. This is like, I'm guessing this is another, you guys get tired of my, oh, I just told you guys I like this brand in, oh my gosh, good thing I got these bags out. I don't always get this lucky with these style-based pieces. I was just telling you guys that I do like this brand. This is one of the few brands I do look for or get excited about when it comes to vintage Y2K items. And this is the true vintage tag. This isn't even Y2K. I'm guessing this is 90s. Exclusive, made in the USA. City Triangles. I do really well with this brand. And if you don't, like, hey, no problem. It just happens to be that this brand does well for me. This is a vintage halter. Look at the shimmer on this. This is a long, oh my gosh, maxi dress. Now this is vintage sizing and it is fitted, and this is a size large. I mean, it is stretchy. It's probably a junior large. It's a vintage junior's large. However, the demand in these types of dresses is huge. And it does open up with a long slit in back. This is something, like I said, the youth, or the people who really like this style are using this for prom and other events. It is just stunning. My light always needs a little bit of help. That could be another $50 to $60 dress for me. Another great style-based piece. Oh my gosh, I don't even know what's happening here. This says JS Collections, made in Canada. Another style-based piece. Are you guys getting sick of this right now? This is actually really awesome. I love that I feel that confident to pick up these. And you know what? If you're going to try out things, if you're trying to learn or figure out the style-based pieces, the bins is where to do that, right? And I feel like that's probably part of this, is when you find these pieces that could be goth, fairy, grunge, Y2K aesthetics, why not try it out at the bins? It's only going to cost you $1 or $2 and see how it goes. These style-based pickups, especially in the dresses, I feel very confident in. Again, the baby doll style. I can tell by the tag it's at least Y2K. This is a long maxi, and it is lined. It has a sheer ending here. This will also add value here too, with this like rhinestone beading. Again, with these dresses, a lot of them I'm getting $50 for. So I can't really complain about that. Let me see if I can find something that's not a Y2K. I think I picked this up for my son. Yep, that's going back there. Oh, you see that? We're losing stuff already, and we have a ton to go. I'm not sure if I'm going to finish this. I better go faster. Okay. Natural Life. This is a brand. So here's another brand pickup that I do like to find. Natural Life. It is new with tags. Natural Life garments are designed with unique dyeing, with you in mind. Natural Life. I do like picking up this brand. Look at this little smiley. New with tags. Oversized, extra small. Let's see what the material is. Cotton and acrylic. But it's the brand. I do love the smiley. I'll put in like, you know, good vibes, happy, smiley, maybe even like hippie or something like that, boho. But new with tags. I'm gonna have to start throwing some stuff on this bench down here. Now, I have been doing a little bit more in blazers. I follow a couple dudes, Surfs Up Finds, K-Way Shop. I know there's somebody else in there, and I apologize, that do a lot in blazers and say, don't skip the blazers. So I didn't. This is Vintage Chaps Ralph Lauren, or Lauren. You guys tell me. 100% wool, professionally dry only. Now the Chaps Ralph Lauren brand is a vintage collaboration. It is made in Canada. It is 100% wool. These were going for about $40 on eBay when I did the comps. What I do wish is that there was something a little bit more substantial about the blazer. I would have liked a better color, or a multicolor plaid, or some kind of like gold tone button, something a little bit more substantial about it. This is a very kind of like, I don't know, kind of a plain blazer, which also makes it like neutral and easy to pair. So it's a plus minus. The Vintage Chaps Ralph Lauren collaboration blazers, if you just search that, they were in the $35 to $45 range. 100% wool. Like I said, if I could find something that was, that had just a little bit more of, you know, that would make it more substantial, just something more would have been great. Now this is a good brand. So here's another brand. The brand is Poetry. These feel like linen. Yep, 100% linen pants. So this is a great pickup, great time to find something like this. These look to be men's to me. I'll have to find the size. US 16. So that's actually women's. And they do look like a bigger size. So 16 is a great size, like an extra large, almost 1X. They're like a gray color. They are like a wide leg, which is great for the beachy resort vacation style tags. This is fantastic, actually. Poetry. I shouldn't do this anymore. This will be the last one because we have to get through all of these items. Poetry, linen, pants. You know, and when you guys are searching your solds, looking it up just very generic gives you a general idea of what range you're in as far as the solds go. But sometimes a color, a size, or like little details may bring it up or bring it down. This is a size 16, so that's actually a great size. I just looked up poetry linen pants in solds, and right off the bat in the last couple days, I have a 38, a 28, a 32, a 44, a 45. Here's a neutral color, 32, 38. Actually, these look very much like mine. Gray, wide leg, plus size, linen trouser pants. 38 plus shipping. The brand Poetry is definitely something you want to look out for, and the solds look great. Now here's another vintage piece made in Hong Kong, and the brand you don't really need to care about, Rafaela, but made in Hong Kong usually means that it is vintage or Y2K. 45% Angora rabbit hair and 40% lamb's wool. So this is a material-based pickup. This bright pink is very much in style for like glam pieces, Barbiecore, princess type of aesthetics. Those are keywords that I'll put in. It does not look like this is shrunk. It is very soft. It actually looks oversized. It's a bright pink color. This is a great piece. Again, you know, a lot of these are actually going to be in the $30 range. So I'm turning $1 into $30, and that is fantastic. Oh, I'm pulling out a shoe. Wow, this looks like a big shoe. Ortho heel. I told you guys I wasn't going to look up any more. I'm trying to pull out all these shoes. Ortho heel. They only had $4.99 on them, and they did not sell in the store. These are a Mary Jane style Ortho heel. Ortho heel. I don't think I've ever heard of Ortho heel. You guys don't want to see my side view. I know. Ortho heel. I should just put in Mary Jane and see what comes up. Mary Jane. That's interesting. Leather upper, remaining man made. Triple lantern. So, you know, these are all things that I will need to look up. The solds right now, Ortho heel, these are, I don't know. All these are tagged Vionic, Ortho heels. Could these be a sub-brand of Vionic, which is a fantastic brand? And this is a Vionic, and I got them in the same haul. Could they be? That could be. All of these are saying Vionic Ortho heel, which makes them even more exciting, actually. I picked them up. Mary Jane is a very classic style. These are in great condition. Leather upper. I do pretty well in shoes that are like orthopedic or have orthopedic support. So they are good for people with like plantar fasciitis and all those different things. And these are in fantastic condition. The soles are in the $30 to $40 range. And if they're connected with Vionic, then that just tells me, yeah, they're probably a very good shoe. Vionic is a fantastic brand to look out for. Vionic. See, even I learn from my own pickups. You know, especially when I get a moment or two to Google them, to look them up. Here they are right here. This exact pair was $30 plus shipping. So that's fantastic. This is just another very classic. This is a ballet flat, but Vionic is a great brand. They were asking $6.99 in Goodwill and nobody bought them. Vionic. You know, a lot of thrift stores have this weird thing right now that they are pricing everything up for $1 million because they feel like everybody's a reseller, or that, you know, I don't even know what it is. But that's why all this expensive, nice stuff ends up at the bins. I went to a regular Goodwill the other day, and there was so much on the shelves that I could not see the items in between. And that's one of my biggest pet peeves. I could not move it to even see what it was because their prices have gotten so high, and I think people are kind of turned off by the pricing. And this is a Goodwill that took away all of the half off prices, senior day, all the days. And they're overrun with product right now, and people aren't buying it, so their shelves are completely packed. So I don't know what they're trying to do there, but I don't necessarily think it's the best idea for them. I don't think it's working out the way that they hoped or were thinking it would, because I think it's actually hurting them in the long run. Anyways, orthopedic type of shoes, those Vionics. Vionic is a great brand. Keep an eye out for those. We're not going to make it, guys. How long can this go? This is another brand. So see, I don't only do style-based pieces here. We definitely have some brands in here to keep a lookout for. The Normal brand is another, it's a men's, primarily a men's brand to keep a lookout for. And sometimes it's hard to look up comps for things like that. Like, who names a brand The Normal brand? But this is a good men's brand. This is a $25 plaid button-down shirt. It's a 2XL. No problemo there. I love the blues on this. Oh, see, and it says right on the snap button here, Orvis. So I don't pick up everything in Orvis. You don't even have to look at Orvis if you don't want to. However, they do have quality pieces, and especially in these like shackets, which it's not shacket season. So this may sit until fall or winter. But look at this lovely blue color. I can feel the material super nice. It's a size medium. Really nice blue plaid. Labeled buttons. You know, these shackets with the pockets and stuff, this will go for $25, $30. So, you know, again, kind of just my bread and butter there. Dr. Scholl's, these are in great condition. Again, this might be a fall. These may sit till fall, which people will start buying fall products in less than 6 months. Really nice. Dr. Scholl's. Don't skip out on Dr. Scholl's. These shoes, especially because a lot of them are like orthopedic or good for your feet. Look how cute these are. Super cute. And they're a size 11, which I am like Sasquatch here. My size 12. Or I try these on. It actually says that these are part wool. So this part must be part wool. They're in really, really great condition. This is a $25 to $30 sale. In really great condition. Have you guys bought new shoes lately? They're like $80. Well, we'll do this quick. I don't know what's at the bottom of this. I'm guessing I just picked this up because of the style. This is just a little tank top. It's got that goth, grunge, rocker, rock and roll. What is that? Is that it's just like a studded rhinestone, all those things. That thing is so light it probably cost me 10 cents. And I'll probably get $15 to $20 for that. That's a style-based pickup. These, however, I remember looking these up. They're Crocs. This is, though, the Light Ride. So always look up those special styles if you are able to. These are in great condition. Look at these. So if you look up Crocs Light Ride, it says something else. These are $25 to $30 again with the shoes. And I just do that all day long. I do love that this is an adjustable strap and back. I'm telling you guys, these are in fantastic shape. Again, if they were my size, actually they are, because they're a men's 11, which is a women's 12. I mean, I have so many shoes. I don't need another pair. All right, we're done with one bag. Woo! Now we can finish this one. Told you this one was going to be a long one. What is this? This is for my son. However, I will tell you and show you guys, if you guys can find any of this Nike Pro Combat, it's expensive. We went to go buy my son's new football gear, and one piece was $80. And honestly, the next year they're not going to wear the same one because they're going to outgrow it. It is, of course, very important to have your kids in protective gear. So it's really important. But if you can find Nike Pro Combat at a reasonable price and in good condition, honestly, look it up. That is another brand and style item that I would totally keep an eye out for. This feels like another linen. Oh yeah, bread and butter, bread and butter. Actually, this is actually a really good bread and butter. J. Jill, the Love Linen line specifically. This is new tags. I better get this up tonight. Blue chambray, beachy, resort, travel, spring, summer pants. This is a $30 to $40 sale, you guys, because they're brand new. It's a plus size. The J. Jill Love Linen. You know, you put in all those. It's a wide leg, like trouser style beach pant. That's a great pickup. Love Linen. Really, right now, anything, you have a little bit more time to pick up any quality linen piece. Now, I do some in men's pants. This is one I do pretty well in. It's Banana Republic, the Traveler Pant. Look it up. I won't do it for you now because I'm trying to get through this. It has the Banana Republic even on the tag here. It's a travel, like a chino pant. You can find them in a good size, good quality. These are a $25 to $30 sale. Slim waist. The inseam is 34, which is a great inseam. You know, I really don't think I will have any problem getting $25 to $30. You know, they were asking $9.99 in the store, and you know, they're pricing basically everything in at least $10, and that's why it's ending up at the bins. Now, I paid $1 for it, you know, and that's why some of those shelves are just way too overpacked. I got a long strappy something here. Megan Park. This one I might have to look up quick. Megan Park. 100% silk. It looks to be like I'm guessing it's like a skirt or like a swim cover up is what I'm trying to say. Lovely colors, like a peachy. Look at the color in those. Like a peachy color with a gray. I'm going to look it up really fast, just for sake. Megan Park silk. Megan Park. However, this is very in season, 100% silk. Dry clean only, made in India. Is there anything really here? This has a floor length skirt for $120. This is a wrap style dress, skirt, excuse me. Really pretty, great for summer. I love the print on that. This cost me like 50 cents. I'm going to go in again with my classic 25 to 30 on that. Very soft, pretty, right in season. What brand is this? LL Bean. Size 33-32. This looks to be a cotton utility pant. I do pretty well with these utility style pants. Nice color. I'll put hiking, outdoors, adventure, camping, fishing. It has some nice pockets. That's again an all day, especially this time of year with the seasons. You guys, is anybody still here? Hello? What the heck? I can't believe this. This was a great bins day. I am just like ecstatic. I'm guessing this is about 2 weeks old. You guys know I'm always like 2-3 weeks behind. I have like 2 more hauls coming from the last 2 weeks. I don't get this lucky. What happened? Viore. That's a Boho brand. A organic cotton size large. short. I have a pair of these brand new listed right now for 50 bucks. They have been listed for maybe 3 weeks, 4 weeks. I got a couple offers so far. I've been trying to be a little patient since there is another week or two left. This is a Boho brand. If you can find this in virtually anything, pick it up. Yori. Wow. How did I find that at the Goodwill bins? I must have been elbowing people that day and getting in on the new stuff. And sometimes I do, and sometimes I'm not in the mood to. But when I am, I will get in there, and I will, you know, like I said, the cops get called all the time at mine. So that's a fantastic pickup. Tracksmith. Now this is a newer brand to me. This last time I found this brand, it sold very quickly for a high amount. This is a athletic brand. Usually has like a bunny. Oh, there it is. A bunny. High quality. It's for like, I don't want to say real athletes, but like triathlon, like people who really do all the things very seriously. Now this is a less substantial piece, and I remember finding it. I'm guessing that's going to go in the $20-$25 range. My last Tracksmith item was a pullover, like a quarter zip, and it went for $70. That's obviously more of like a biking short. So I'm not sure, but Tracksmith, great brand. Spring Step, another great brand. This is bread and butter for me. Made in Italy. Size 40 is usually like an 8-9. 40 is the European size. I wish all my bins days were like this. This is just solid, very nice, great quality. $25. I'm starting to stack my stuff. How are you guys doing? Did you get a sip of coffee? You need popcorn? What is this? Luis et Sia. These look like a pretty large size to me. This is like a pump with that heel there. Does it say anything else on these? Obviously black, very classic, Mary Jane style with this, with the closure there. This looks fancy. Oh, there's the size. Oh my gosh, size 13. That's even bigger than my shoe size. Wow. I'm just gonna look it up. If you're still with me, then you're probably gonna stay the whole way anyways. So we might as well see. It comes up right away. We might as well see together here. Louise et C. Now, the thing is this is a classic style, the Mary Jane with the pump. This is elegant. It has like a velvet feel to it, so I would market it that way. Evening wear, elegant, maybe even executive or business executive. The size 13 is huge, which I have huge feet, so no hate at all. That could propel it to be a higher price sale because it's really hard to find this size. The pricing, I did not look up the Mary Jane part. There's a a $35 sale, $25. Here's a Mary Jane pump. It's a size 7 though, small. And it went for $45. That went for $20, $27. You know, the style, the size is going to propel this probably higher than you would expect. I'm saying I'm going to list that for $39. Oh my gosh, it's another Fit Flop. I just literally sold this exact pair of Fit Flops for $25. Fit Flop. Like literally just sold that exact pair. Another one done. Yeah. Don't worry, I'll pick it up. I'm just being obnoxious. These look to be in great condition as well. You never know what's going to be on the bottom of my shoes. La Plume, all leather, made in Italy, size 40. La Plume. Really cute wedge heel, breathable, lace up, neutral color. I'll put La Plume wedge. Let's see what we find. La Plume. Sandals. This is a size 40. They had $6.99 in the shop. Here sold's coming in $30, $36, $39. These are solds. I always look up what it has recently sold for. Not what anybody's asking, what they sold for. Here's a very similar pair, $39, $28. So I'm guessing another $25, $30. And all of that is great to me. We're getting to the end here. Getting to the end. This looks like another style-based pickup. 100% silk, Jonathan Martin. This also looks like a Y2K tag there. 100% silk though is great. This looks like a nightie or a nightgown. If you do look in the intimates, 100% silk always elevates the price that you're gonna get. Very lovely, lacy details there. You know, put feminine, elegant, all those different key, you know, sometimes I do put in like sexy, nightgown, baby doll, all of those different things. I'm again assuming that will go in the 25 to 30. The silk definitely adds value there. What do we have here? Abercrombie and Fitch. Now this is a Nicole Benefield merino wool blend. So this is a collaboration. A lot of times Abercrombie collaborations do pretty well. This is a wool base layer. So a couple of these pieces may sit until fall, and that's okay with me. I have stuff that sits every once in a while, and you know, I'm clearing out stuff that's over a year old right now, and that sometimes happens. You know, not everything is going to sell in a week. And, you know, realistically, I think if your items are selling within 6 months time period, I think that's reasonable. A lot of resellers talk about 100% sell-through rate in 3 months or 90 days is an excellent sell-through rate. So if your item sells within that time frame for what you're asking for, or around, you know, what you want it to get for it, that's usually what most people will say is a excellent flip. But for me, you know, 6 months, 9 months, I have inventory coming out in and out of here all the time. If it's starting to get to a year or over a year, then I'm like, maybe this wasn't a great pickup. Otherwise, I'm fine with it. This is the brand Mercantile. It says made in Italy, long tiered linen dress, $98. This is beautiful, you guys. I wish my lighting would pick it up a little. Black is so hard to get like a really nice lighting. Beautiful baby doll, tiered maxi dress, 100% linen made in Italy. You guys, that is like what you want to find, okay? The material, the made in Italy. It's brand new with tags. And in dresses, the tiered long maxi dresses, that's like the epitome of what you're finding. If you were like, Kim, what do I look for in dresses? This is it. What would be even better? If it was a Johnny Was, then I'd be like, yeah, just go buy a new car, because that's an excellent find. But all of those factors, brand new with tags, 100% linen, made in Italy, long maxi, and even the tiered or like a broomstick type of, you know, the bottom part of the dress is a positive. Now, if you don't know, there's a lot of trend with camo, and it's not because everyone became a hunter. This is the Drake waterfowl system. So waterfowl is usually a duck hunting type of camo. It's trendy to wear camo right now. Made in Vietnam usually says it is vintage. So if you find any camo pieces, usually you want like more of like a slouchy zip up. However, being that it's the bins with this duck camo, you know, I would have rather it been a zip up and full camo. So still an okay pickup, and something to keep an eye out for are your camo items. This looks like another very, the brand is taken out of it. Very quintessential, I say. I think that's because McThriftsy says that. You guys ever pick up on like some of these words I use are basically a mix of 20 other resellers that they use? This is a baby doll Y2K top all day. It even has a little bit of like an Asian inspired to me with the style here. Lace, baby doll, the dark red colors, $25 style-based pickup all day. Here's the end. What do we have at the end? This looks like something I would wear. Oh my God. That's pajamas for me. That's funny. I said, oh, this looks like something I would wear. That's because it is. Oh my gosh, this is the day I found some Sorels, and I couldn't believe that nobody even touched them. This was in an old, don't mind that, it's actually like a piece of paper. Sorel, excellent shoe brand. Most of you are going to know that. If you find Sorels in good condition, look at the soles on these. Pretty good. The leather also looks pretty good. I don't know the style, but Sorel boots. Now these aren't like boots with the fur, but they do say waterproof on there. I mean, who left these behind? This gives me combat boot, moto, lace-up vibes here. Very nice. I am just going to guess that's going to be a $35 sale. Possibly more. Do I look it up since you guys are here and it's almost an hour? And I said this was going to go about an hour. You guys just saw my pajamas. Lace up. We'll just look up Sorel lace up boots. You know, there's a lot more details. I should put in waterproof, maybe the size, see what I can find. What has sold lately? That one looks similar, $59. Those are not it. There's a lot. They do a lot with like the boots with the fur, the tall lace up. This is more of like a moto style boot. So a lot of these, that one went there for $35. I'll put in moto. And the last thing here, oh, here we go, moto. Oh, no way. Well, here they pretty much are. They went for $65, pre-owned, lace-up black leather, combat boot, waterproof. Wow, okay. So that could be a really great sale, and they're in good condition. Size 10.5, and it says women's right on it. That's like a $60 sale, you guys. What were people doing leaving Sorels behind? I have no idea. Why don't I always get, this is another pair of Sorels. Why don't I always have them leaving behind? It must have been a good day where, you know, the competition must have been other places, or they were sleeping on things, or someone threw these back. But I remember thinking, why did anybody not pick these up? Another pair of Sorels. You guys, this is probably one of my best bins hauls that I will have in a long time. Like, this is probably going to be top bins haul for 6 months. I am extremely happy with all of this. Being that the last couple trips have been meh. These are very, very solid finds. I mean, two Sorel boots at the bins. This one just sold a couple days ago for $60. That is fantastic. I am super excited. I got 2 pair of Sorels. But in here you have, there's a lot of brand-based pieces, plus size, material, and of course style-based pieces. I could not be more happy with this haul. I'm very, very excited. And I needed to fill my bins. I have stuff still over there, but I list 10 to 15 a day, and it goes fast. Like, this is a lot, and it really is, but in a week or two, I will have listed 100 items, and I'll need 100 more. So I'm very happy with that. What do you guys think of my cute little, look at this. Oh, perfect for spring. I love finding the matching set. I'm actually really, I can't even lie to you guys. I am so excited that I have a new little sleep set. At the bins, this cost me $1. I'm really excited, actually. Just as excited about those pajamas as I am this haul. No, this haul is awesome. You guys let me know what your favorite piece is. If you're still with me at the end, you know I love you. I appreciate you. I try to comment back to everybody. I'm thankful for you guys. That's all I can really say. This is an excellent reseller thrift haul. At the bins, you can't beat the prices. And this is a really nice wide variety of items. As I've told you guys before on some of my thrift hauls, you know, the more you know, the better you can be at being a reseller, and you have an advantage over other people. You don't have to do all the different things. I prefer to, because on some days where I can't find the brands, or I can't find plus size, or, you know, I don't do good on shoes, I have alternatives. And sometimes I only find style-based. Or, you know, I had Vuori in here and Banana Republic and brand new J. Jill Love Linen. Those are all excellent brand pickups as well. So you never know what the reseller world is going to throw you. Thrift store, it's as competitive as it's ever been. I am just very, honestly, very, very thankful for this haul because this is a really great one. The next one I'll probably be complaining because it wasn't great. Or I got arrested because I had to fight someone over a pair of shoes or something. If I disappear for a long time, it's probably because I got in a bins fight. No, I am not a fighter at all. In fact, my sisters for a long time, they were like, why don't you get in the new bins? And I just don't like being crammed with everyone and someone like trying to push me, and it just isn't my vibe. But I've gotten better about it, and I do get in there every once in a while now, and this is, you know, this is great. I'm very excited. Woo woo. Check in. Let me know how you're doing. I love ya, and I'll see you on the next one.